Hello everyone. Let's understand the very basic topic of this chemistry, specifically for solutions as well as what know the stoichiometric calculation. Chapter number one. It comes after stoichiometric calculation, and the title is what concentration of solution. You know, there are different kinds of concentrations, expression, and let's see what is this all about. So what is concentration of solution? The first thing you need to understand what actually mean by concentration. So what is concentration? So it is simply what? The amount of solute present for given amount of solution is known as what? Concentration. That simple thing that you are given a solution and per this given amount of solution, how much solute you are adding inside, that makes the concentration of solution. That means if amount of solute is more is the concentration. Well, so we can write that amount of solute and concentration are directly proportional to one another. Well, so let me go in deep inside. Amount that represents the number, or and we know that number that is nothing but what it is, can be related with what? Mole also. And as per the definition of formula of number of mole is equal to mass by molar mass. So it goes hand in hand and hand on hand with what? Mass. If you increase the mass, gradually the number of mole and gradually the amount or the particle will increase. So we can also say that the mass of solute also go directly proportional with concentration, or vice versa. The concentration is directly proportional to mass, or concentration is directly proportional to amount. So if amount increases number of moles, or the given number of particles, if increases, concentration increases. The same way we can say that mass of solute increases, then and then also, then and then only there's a concentration can be increased. Now let's go ahead. Next topic. Uh, It's units of concentration. What do you mean by unit of concentration? Say suppose I make one line here. So this is a particular distance from point A to point B. Now, somebody asked me to represent this distance. What I can do, I can represent this distance in inch, in centimeter, in millimeter. I can also represent in foot or kilometer or somewhere in the meter. Right? So what are these all? These are known as what? Different expressions or unit of length. Or length can be expressed in these many units. The same way, whatever the concentration of the solution is there, that can be represented in many units. So first, very basic units which you have gone through this class 9 also, at percentage concentrations. Percentage concentrations. The second one is molarity. The third one is molality. The fourth one is mole fraction. The next comes, after this mole fraction comes what? the ppm units are there. So next one is what? ppm, parts per million. One numerical is also there in the textbook of class 11. And after this, the sixth one comes what? Normality and the formality and so on. So what these all are? These all are nothing but the units to represent the concentration of solution. Now, the question is, what are these all? You know, concentration, percentage concentrations. So there are of three kinds. One is known as what? Mass percentage. Another one is known as what? Volume percentage. And third one is known as what? Mass by volume percentage. What this is all about? Mass percentage is what? So let's understand what is this mass percentage. So let's come with this first. Mass percentage is represented by percentage W by W. Volume percentage is represented by a percentage V by V. And mass by volume is represented by percentage W by V. So in all of them, remember one thing, this numerator is always of solute and this denominator is always of solution. That's the basic definition of, concentration is itself the amount of solid which is dissolved per given amount of solution. So this is numerator per given amount of solution. So what I can say, this represents the mass of solute and this represents what? Mass of solution. The same, what can be, what is this? This is volume of solute and this is known as what? Volume of solution. This is mass of solute. This is mass of solution. Okay, now let's go ahead. How can you define this percentage mass by mass? So simple, the basic definition you can take. Here it was the amount of solute dissolved per given amount. Rather than amount, here we have to mention mass. So the mass of solute, here we'll take in CTS unit, that is what in gram, dissolved per given mass of solution is known as what? Mass percentage. So percentage mass by mass will be mass of solute, that is W2. Remember 2 that represents the solute, 1 represents the solvent and nothing that represents what? Solution. So divided by W, and as it is percentage we have to multiply it by 100. So what actually this all, these two are mass of solute divided by mass of solution multiplied by 100. Okay, let's go with this. What is this? Volume percentage. So volume of solute in ml dissolved per given volume of solution is known as what? Volume percentage. And the same way, this is equal to nothing but V2 divided by V multiplied by 100 as we are finding percentage. Now, here what we can say, what is this percentage mass by volume? So it is mass of solute in gram dissolved or present for given, so it is V, that is volume. Volume of solution is known as what? Mass by volume percent. So this is equal to W2 multiplied by 100 divided by V. Here you can mention ml if you wish, So it will be there for you that this volume is in ml and the W is in what? Gram. Now, let's take for the numerical. If somebody is asking the numerical, how can you show this? If I say, let's go for the numerical. Yeah. If I say that 20 gram of solute is dissolved in 120 gram of solution, what will be its mass percentage? So mass percentage is W by W is equal to mass of solute multiplied by 100 divided by mass of solvent. Sorry, solution, not solvent. So here W2, that is 20 multiplied by 100 divided by 120. So whatever the answer that comes, that will be the percentage mass by volume. The same way you can go for this volume percentage and you can go for this mass by volume percentage. One thing is important for all of them, all of three this, is what is the interpretation of the statement. Because generally the numericals of this nobody asks, but they ask such numericals of molarity and molality where the given is the percentage solution. So if somebody says 20% mass by volume glucose solution is there, find out its molarity, and whatever the necessary thing is here, things are there, they will give. What is it? So you need to interpret this. So understand how to interpret. What is this mass of solute? This is volume of solution. It is mass by volume percentage, and it is 20. The interpretation of this will be 20 gram of solute, because numerator is W and numerator is of solute, is dissolved in percentages. There it is always per 100, and it is volume ml of solution. This is known as what? Mass by volume percent interpretation. And similarly you can go for this rest of the two interpretations. Now let's go for the main topic, that is known as what? Molarity of solution. So let's understand what is molarity. So for all of them, the definition is main important thing rather than rest of the things. So what is molarity? So understand the definition. The number of moles of solute dissolved per liter of solution is known as what? Molarity. So if I want to make the formula, then molarity is equal to number of moles of solute. Solute means what? 2. Dissolved per liter of the solution is what? V liter. That is known as what? Molarity. I extend this formula is equal to number of mole is what? Mass by molar mass multiplied by V liter. Right. Now if something which is present per liter, that means this number of mole. If I want to convert it into something that is present per 1 ml. So in 1 ml, whatever is present, when I multiply it by 1000, it becomes what? Something which is present per liter. So here I have to convert this V liter to V ml, and I have to multiply the whole by 1000. Because something which is present per ml, when I multiply it by 1000, that is per liter. That becomes per liter quantity. So liter में मैं VML वॉल्यूम में कन्वर्ट करें. So this is the ultimate formula for molarity, that molarity is equal to W2 into 1000 divided by M2 into VML. Let's understand what is this. Molarity is equal to W2 into 1000 multiplied by, sorry, divided by M2 into VML. W2 is mass of solute, M2 is known as molar mass of solute, and VML is known as what? Volume of solution. Uh, Let's understand the interpretation if somebody says 2 molar solution of H2SO4. Now, how many, which information I get from this? So, as per the definition, 2 molar solution, and the definition says the number of solute, moles of solute dissolved per liter of solution is known as molarity. So, the interpretation of this will be 2 moles of H2SO4 is present in 1 liter, that is 1000 ml of solution. Not only that, I can also get one thing extra. What is the mass of H2SO4 that is present here in 2 molar solution? So if the number of mole is 2, then it is mass by molar mass, that is 98, and number of moles are 2, so 98 multiplied by 2, that must be the mass of this H2SO4 that is dissolved in 1000 ml of this 2 molar solution. So that is it. And if somebody gives you the density of solution, so density is equal to mass by volume. Volume is 1000, density if it is provided 1.1 or whatever, 1.9, 1.6, whatever, you can get the mass of solution. And when you get the mass of solution, you already have the mass of solute, that is what, 98 multiplied by 2. You can also have the mass of solvent. So just by one sentence you get many things. Okay, so here we are ending with molarity. Next, go for the molality of solution. What is the molality? So it is represented by small m. This is only the unit where the denominator is not of solution, but it is of solvent. This is only one unit out of these 8, 9 no units of solution. So what is molality? So simple, the number of moles of solute dissolved or present per kilogram of solvent is known as what? So let's see the difference. Here it is number of moles of solute dissolved per liter, means volume of solution. Here the mass of solvent. So small m is equal to, molality is equal to number of dissolved per W1 in kilogram. What is W1 in kilogram? That is known as what? Mass of solvent in kilogram. Mole is equal to mass by molar mass multiplied by mass of solvent in kilogram. So as we did for molarity, something which is present per gram, when I multiply it by 1000, it becomes that quantity present per, the quantity that present per kilogram. So W2 into 1000 upon M2 into W1 in gram. This is known as what? Formula for molality. So molality is equal to W2 into 1000 upon M2 into W. This is known as what? Molality. Now go for the interpretation. What do you mean by 2 molar solution of glucose? So simple, that is 2 moles of solute which is present in, now here it is solvent not mentioned, but aqueous solution is in water only. So what is the mass of, so it is always present per kilogram. Kilogram is what? 1000 gram of water. So what I can get, if I have the mass of solvent, then I can also find the number of moles of water here. Well, if I 2 moles are there. When I convert this 2 mole into mass, because glucose is having 180, so 2 multiplied by 180, that will be the mass of solute. The mass of solvent itself, it is 1000. And when I add the solvent plus solute, then it becomes what? Mass of solution. And if the density is there, then through density I can get the volume of solution. If volume of solution is there, the number of moles of solute is there, I can also convert this into what? Molarity. Understood? Okay. There is one concept based question that comes in CBSE, that let's go for this green. So what is the concept based question they ask? That which is temperature dependent? Molarity or molality? So we can say that molarity, that depends on volume of solution, and molality, that depends on what? Mass of solvent. And volume is what? Temperature sensitized. Means if temperature changes, the volume changes. That means if the molarities are found at two different temperatures where the difference between the temperature is a little bit large, then that might be two different concentrations are coming different. Two results are coming different, but molality is not affected by temperature. So might be that if you are taking the readings at two different temperatures, but still the values will be same, or the results will be same. Let's go for the last term of concentration for this class 11, and that is known as what? Mole fraction. So the name itself says it's a fraction, and it's a fraction of moles. If I talk about binary system, what do you mean by binary systems? There is only one solute, there is one solvent. So for binary systems, what is the mole fraction? So mole fraction is for both, of solute also, of solvent also. So what is the definition? Ratio of number of moles of one component to all components to total number of moles of all components is known as what? Mole fraction. And it is represented by chi, or we can also say what? X. It is chi. So what is mole fraction? So it is nothing but a ratio of number of moles. So if I want to find the number of let's say the number of mole of solvent is N1, and let's say the number of mole of solute is N2. In my formulas, 2 always represents solute and 1 represents what? Solvent. Okay. Because generally when you want to make solution, you first take solvent and then you add something and to make solution. That's it, nothing else. Now, what is mole fraction? The mole fraction of solute can be written as number of mole of solute divided by total number of mole, and mole fraction of solvent can be written as what? Mole of solvent divided by total number of moles. That's it. Something they ask, what is the sum of mole fractions of all components. So it is always equal to 1. See, mole fraction of solute plus mole fraction of solvent is equal to n2 upon n1 plus n2 plus n1 upon n2 plus n1. That means denominator is same, that is addition of the numerator, and that is same. So if I say there are three components, if I say there are three components in the solution, 1, 2 and 3 are A, B and C. Two solutes are there and one solvent is there. Suppose you have dissolved sugar also, and suppose you have dissolved salt also in water. So what is the mole fraction of A? So it will be what? Number of moles of A divided by number of moles of A plus B plus C, which is total number of moles. The same way we can say what is the mole fraction of B? It is what? Number of moles of B divided by N total, which is same as this. And what is the mole fraction of C? That is what? NC upon N total. And what is the total number of, or the sum of mole fraction of each of them? It is also what? 1. So for binary system, sometimes what they do, they give the mole fraction of second component or one component as 0.8, and what they ask what must be the mole fraction of the first component. Everybody just go for the numerical to solve it. There is no need to solve. It will be what? 1 minus 0.8, simply it is what? 0.2. So there is no need to go to find out the number of moles, and ultimately we get the answer. It's just simple. 1 minus the mole of another one, you will get the answer. So this is all about what? Concentration term. So at the end I would like to compile the whole, that ultimately concentration is nothing but the amount of solid which is present per given amount of solution. The percentage concentrations are mass by mass, mass by volume and volume by volume. The interpretations are very important, which I'm scrolling right now. Another thing is molarity, that is number of moles of solute per liter of solution, volume of solution, and molality is number of moles of solute per kilogram of solvent. It is temperature sensitized, so it depends on temperature. That is molarity depends on temperature. Molality doesn't depend on temperature because it depends on mass, and mass is not affected by temperature. Volume is affected. Mole fraction is nothing but what? Ratio of number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of component. Here one thing to notice, that not only the molarity but percentage mass by volume and percentage volume by volume, that also sensitized, or it depends on what? Temperature, because it is depending upon the volume. It is also depend on volume. Now it is a general observation, when temperature is raised, when temperature is raised, volume increases, and volume increases, so molarity decreases. That you remember. On increasing the temperature, the interparticular space increases, the volume increases, and the number of moles per unit volume of solution that decreases. That's how we can say the molarity decreases. So volume increases, molarity decreases, because both are in reciprocal to one another. See the formula. Molarity is equal to number of moles per V liter of solution. So it is in inverse proportion. So if volume increases, molarity decreases, and volume increases with temperature. You may ask why it increases with temperature. So when you increase the temperature, what happens? The interparticular space increases per unit volume area. So number of particle per unit volume that decreases, and that's why it happens. That is all about concentration of solution. So if you have any query regarding this in numericals or in any concept, then you can contact me. And if you want me to go through any topic, then also you can send or message.